Take action toward the purpose with focused thoughts. Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. If you don't take action for a purpose with focused thoughts, you will think other thoughts. Your thoughts will become hazy, and thus you'll be unable to take action according to your purpose, and it will disappear into nothingness. You have to focus your thoughts on what you have purposed, and focus while saying it with your lips. If you do, thoughts that pertain to what you have purposed will come to mind in deep and high-level ways. The brain is like the eyes. When you look at things with your eyes with focus, you can see objects, people, or other existing things in detail. In this way, when you focus your thoughts, good ideas regarding your set purpose will come to mind through your soul and spirit. Then you will see and understand at higher levels than the thoughts of the body. Just as you become more proficient at your talents and abilities when you keep doing them, the more you keep thinking, the more your thoughts will become skillful thoughts, and thus you will be good at both discerning and judging. If you focus your thoughts and take your thinking beyond the soul world, reach the spiritual world and think spiritually, then your thoughts will be the best thoughts. At that moment, you will think thoughts that are within God's domain and think thoughts that are united with God's thoughts. As for your brain, the more you focus, the more it will focus on what you have purposed and feel and realize. The thoughts of the brain are connected to the thoughts of the spirit. Thinking thoughts that are united with the Trinity is the Spirit's thoughts. There are many good things in the world. However, you can't gain them if you fail to discern what is good in the thoughts in your brain. The brain is like the hands. If you keep working with your hands, you will gain many things. If you draw with your hands, you will gain a drawing. If you write with your hands, you will gain writing. With your brain, too, you gain things by constantly using it to think. If the thoughts in your brain are sleeping, you will not know. If the thoughts in your brain live on the side of the body, you can only think the things of the body's domain. If you go into the spiritual world by starting to think with your brain, receive God's thoughts from there, and take action on them, you will gain the things at the level of things that God gives you. Just as an artist uses his hands to skillfully draw a portrait, you must use the thoughts in your brain skillfully also. If your thoughts are sharply focused, you will discern right away. When your thoughts are hazy, it is because you did not focus. If you focus your thoughts when you feel sleepy, you will not feel sleepy at all. That's how much of a different world things become when you focus. Thoughts determine even your sense of taste. If you think distracting thoughts, even though you are eating delicious food, you will eat without knowing the taste of that food. Both the things you see and the things you hear are determined by your thoughts. Even if you're looking at something, if you focus your thoughts on something else, you can't see it. When you focus your thoughts, you can't hear even the sounds that are next to you. You can't feel your pain, and you are conscious of and will do only what you have focused on. People live with brains that are far superior to those of animals because God created the human brain to be superior. Yet, there are many times when people fail to discern more sharply than animals because they don't develop their brains while loving God and thus don't use them sharply. The distance between you and God, Holy Spirit, and Holy Son is determined by what you are thinking. And the distance between you and God, Holy Spirit, and Holy Son, and the intensity of love are determined by what kind of words you say. In this spiritual world, the domain one lives in is determined by what thoughts one has and how one treats God, Holy Spirit, and Holy Son. The position or location is determined by what thoughts you have and with what kind of love you treat God, Holy Spirit, and Holy Son with. God sees love as the greatest standard, and thus he sees people with perfect love as the greatest treasures. You must make God's ultimate purpose the purpose of your own life and live focusing your eyes, ears, and thoughts.